In this piano tutorial, I want to share one of my favorite ways of playing the 2-5-1 progression, and I'm going to share it in every single key, but let's start off in the key of C major. And a 2-5-1 in this key, right, would be a D minor, a G major, and then a C major. Right, that's the 2-5-1 in the most basic way possible. If we add sevenths to those chords, we would play a 2, right, as a D minor 7, the 5 as a G7, and then the 1 as a C major 7. But what I want to focus on is the way that we're playing these voicings, right? So as you can see, this 2 right here, which is a D minor 7, another way of thinking about this is as a 4 over a 2, or an F major over a D. And the reason why I like thinking about this chord in this way as two separate chords, right, is because it allows us to change the voicing or change the inversions of one of the chords, right? So I can change the inversions of this F chord and it's still D minor 7. And this plays an important role in the version of the 2-5-1 that I want to teach, right? Same thing for the G, right? This G7 is really just a B diminished over a G, okay? Same thing for the 1, which is a C. We're playing a C major 7. This is just really an E minor over a C, which gives us a C major 7. Now for the way that I want to play this 2-5-1, all we're really doing is changing some of the voicings within, or some of the extensions within the chords, right? So the 2 chord is actually going to stay the same, right? We're playing a D minor 7 in this voicing. But then for the 5 chord, what I want to do is take this F major and bring it down a half step. So all the notes are going to go down 1 half step to the left, which makes it an E major, right? So we're going down from F to E. Our left hand, we're still on G, right? Right, so we had this D minor 7. We bring everything down to an E, and then the G, which is our 5, but we're going to add a minor 7th, which is this F right here. Which, if you paid attention to the original voicing of a G7, the F was already included, okay? So all we're really changing is these 3 notes right here. So we went from D minor 7 to this G 13 flat 9. And then for the 1 chord, instead of playing a C major 7, we're actually going to change this E minor for a G major. And our left hand, instead of just simply playing a C, we're going to play a C major, which would be C, G, and E. And this voicing right here is known as a drop 2 voicing because we have this chord right here, which is the second inversion of C major, and we're taking the second note, or the 2, right? That's where the 2 and drop 2 comes from. Taking the second note from the top, bringing it down an octave. And that's our chord. But apart from this, right, apart from just playing this progression like this, what I like is that we can now add arpeggios to the actual progression. So we're going to play the 2, right, very regular. But for the 5, what we're going to do is make an arpeggio out of the extensions, right? So out of the F, the A flat, the C, and the E, right? And we're just simply going to bring it up the piano. So it would sound something like this. And the method that I use to be able to get the finger or the fingerings right is simply use the left hand to play the F, or a finger on the left hand to play the F, and then we play the E major with our right hand. And this allows us, or gives us time to go under and play, right, either under or above as well, right? It gives us time to get to the next F, which gives us time to reset our right hand as well for the next E major, okay? So And it's always good to practice these arpeggios with a metronome and try to get every note as clean as possible and increase the BPM as you get better, right? And then for the 1 chord, remember we played a G over C major. What we're going to do is invert this G major into the second inversion, which is like this. And we're simply going to arpeggiate this G major upwards. And the method for this one is simply to have the thumb, right? As soon as you play that D and you move on to the G, the thumb is getting ready for the next D by moving under the hand, okay? Like that. All together, it would be something like that, okay? Now, what I want to do is play it in every single key. That way you can learn it in whatever key you're most comfortable with. But a quick reminder, I have a piano course available, and it's the first link in the description box below, okay? So let's move on into C sharp major, right? Quick method. If we do it quickly, it would be the 2 chord. We move down that upper extension, which would be the F sharp or the G flat, and we bring it down to an F, okay? For the 5. So 2, 5, 1. All right? And for the rest of the keys, I won't do the arpeggio. I'll just show you guys the actual notes, and you can slow down the video. That way you can capture the arpeggio if I play it, okay? So D major, we're playing 2, 5, then 1. All right? D sharp or E flat, we're going to play 2, 5, 1. Okay, and as you saw there, this drop 2 voicing for E flat is actually not easy for me to reach. So what I do it instead is use my sustain pedal to play the actual notes together instead of just playing it at the same time because I can't reach, okay? So E major, we play the 2, 5, 1. F major, 2, 5, 1. F sharp, we play the 2, 5, 1. G major, we play the 2, 5. All right, I added an extra note just for fun, that A flat right there, completely optional. Then the 1, right, just a D major over G. G sharp or A flat, we play the 2, then the 5, then the 1. A major, we play the 2, then the 5, messed that up, let's try that again, then the 5, then the 1. B flat, we play the 2, the 5, then the 1. B major, play the 2, the 5, then the 1, okay? And then we're back to C major, 2. I don't know, maybe you want to experiment with a pentatonic scale using the E major, right? And then the 1. And that's basically it, the 2-5-1 in every single key.